And Hardy. John and his parents approaching the center of the floor. Goodness gracious, I missed Nathan here off. I don't know how I did that. But Nathan approaching the floor. Join the Hardys.
Wayne Byron, daughter of Diane and Robert Hunsinger.
Gwen Byron, one of the managers, senior this year. She's from the center of the floor with her parents.
Daughter of Don Dave and Bonnie Hilfiger.
Janelle Hushiker, manager for the team as well, coming out to center floor.
Both families, Dana and Bobby Fitzhugh. Brad Holt, son of Paul and Erlen Holt.
Bring the other managers out.
Colleen Herrera, daughter of Ernie and Doris Herrera.
Along with our senior cheerleaders here.
Deanne Russell, daughter of Mary Ann Russell and grandfather Conrad Herrera.
Deanne Russell and Jolene Herrera.
These are the Bearcats seniors. You're going to be missed. Coach Dean is going to miss you a lot. Thanks for all the memories.
Okay. So introduction of all our seniors, players, managers, and cheerleaders here for boys varsity. These kids have been around here for 4 years, and kind of a bittersweet occasion tonight to see season wind up, and this will be their last regular season home game for these seniors. Up with a lot of electricity in the stands here tonight. I'll tell you what, I haven't seen this gym packed like this in quite some time. Preparing for the introduction of the starting lineup. First for the visiting Blazers, number 10, Tom Castro, 5'8" senior. Castro going to be joined by number 22, David Kellner, 5'10" junior. And number 25, Scott DeVault, a 6'1" senior. 6'6" senior, number 50, Kyle Smith. And Ty Orton, number 40, 6'4" junior. Round out the starting five for the Blazers. And now, for the home Bearcats, number 23, David Philo, the 5'8" junior. He's going to be joined tonight by number 30, Brandon Fleur, the 6'0" junior. Number 32, John Hardy, the 5'11" senior. Number 52, Troy Cooper, 5'11" sophomore. And Nathan Ross, 54, the 6'2" senior. Last night, an impressive win for the Douglas Bearcat boys. We had visiting Bobcats come into town from Thermont last night. Douglas, earlier in the season, went up to Thermont, lost by 20 points. Last night, a little vengeance in the blood and a motivation to win. And these Bearcat boys are peaking right at the right time in the season. Couldn't be better. 103-69 victory last night. We'll see what we have tonight. Should be a one whale of a game. Both of these teams motivated for the win. A lot of vengeance coming in here for Torrington. Douglas going for the conference championship. Center tip is controlled by Smith. Smith gets it off to Orton. Orton gets Castro. Castro can set up front on the near side to Kellner. Cross court to DeBolt. DeBolt back to Kellner on the near side. Kellner is going to drive. Gets it the inside dish. Goes inside to Orton. Got over whistle and a foul. Orton shot was up and good. David Philo with the first personal. Free throws up, bounces around the rim, no good. Rebound by Cooper, dishes out to Hardy. Hardy quickly down to Philo on the near side, back out to Hardy. To Philo. Philo next. To Hardy up top. Inside to Cooper, back to Philo. Philo pops for three. It's good. They only give him two. It looks good for three for here, but I couldn't see. Quickly, Castro, wastes no time. Comes across half court. Dishes off to DeBolt. Hand-handed pass. Castro ends up with possession. Castro to DeBolt down low on the far side. DeBolt to Kellner. Pass is broken up by Cooper. Gets it down to Rolfe on the outlet. Rolfe goes in on the layup. It's good. Rolfe with the 2-point layup. Bearcats lead 4-2 early in the contest. Castro crosses half court. He's going to drive away. Layup's good, so tie ball game. Bearcats with full court pressure. Castro just went right through him. Philo drives down the far side. Pulls up on the baseline. Looks around. Passes to Rolfe. Rolfe attempt to pass inside to Hardy's going to be broken up by Castro. Castro drives up the far side. Going to be driven out of bounds and fouled by Nathan Rolfe. Rolfe picks up his first personal. Second team foul on the Bearcats. Inbounds pass, Orton. Orton to Castro. Castro across half court to Kellner. Kellner back to Castro. Castro pulls up. Gets it down low on the far side wing to DeBolt. Quickly cross court to pass Kellner. Kellner tries to get the inside, throws it out the window. So, turnover to the Bearcats. Inbounds pass to Hardy. To Philo. Philo's picked up at half court, drives down the far sideline, passes back out to Hardy. Hardy up top to Philo, down low. To Hardy. Hardy will pop for three. His shot's off toward the rim. Rebound by Torrington. Going to be pulled down, passed off to Castro on the outlet. Castro across half court, pressured by Philo. Philo gives his little foot, and ball's going to be tossed around. Last touch by the Blazers. Good defense by Philo. Hardy brings it in pounds. Walks across half court. Picks up speed. Drives down free throw line. Passes to Cooper. His shot's blocked. Back in the hands of Hardy. Hardy to Fleer. Down low on the near side. To Hardy. To Fleer. Fleer looks. Inside to Cooper. Back to Fleer. Fleer wants three. Can't get it. To Hardy. To Ross. Ross going to go up with the one-hand shot. And he is hammered. No call. Castro picks up the ball. Gets down across half court to Kellner. Kellner downside, inside to Smith. Smith going to walk at the ball. Turnover. Turnover to the Bearcats. Philo brings across half court. Drives down the far side. Turn around back to Hardy. To Philo. To Hardy up top. To Philo. Philo takes a three-pointer. Drives, passes back to Hardy. Hardy shots off from three. Fleer with the rebound. On the putback, Fleer's going to draw the foul. As he goes up, he's going to be fouled by Ty Orton of the Blazers in the act of shooting. So, that'll send Fleer to the line for three. 2-point, two free throws, I guess. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm wanting him to have a three-point opportunity. I guess he's got to make the bucket first. He does come in hit the front end of the free throws. 5-4, the 1-point lead for the Bearcats. Fleer sets for his second shot. Second, up and good, nothing but net. Let's see a substitution here for the Blazers. Mike Bauer checks in for the Blazers, number 20, the 5'9" senior. Bearcats double team on Castro. Castro dribbles right through, pulls up out right over the free throw line, hits the 8-footer, ties the ball game at 6. Hardy cross half court. Down the Fleur on the wing to Hardy. Hardy finds Cooper in the key, finds open Fleur on the wing, his shot's just a little bit off. Rebound by Castro. Castro cross half court. Down low on the wing, the Bolt. Cooper ends up with the steal. His pass is intercepted by the Bolt, coming back the other way. Castro yells out some directions, gets his offense set up. At the Bolt, Hardy's going to get the interception on the pass, knocks it out of bounds. Good hustle by John Hardy. Substitution, Torrington. Ross Hunter, the 6'1" senior, number 42, will come in. DeBolt will sit. Castro across half court. Passes to Bauer. Back to Castro. Offensive foul. Inside. Brandon Fleur ends up dusting the floor with the backside of his shorts there. Castro with the personal, his first. Second team foul for the Blazers. Philo on the far side, passes back out to Hardy. Back down low to Philo on the baseline to Hardy. To Fleur on the near side, inside to Ross. Ross can't quite catch up to the ball. Last to touch it out of bounds. Turnover Bearcats to the Blazers. 3:33 remains in the first quarter. On the near side to Bauer. Bauer down low. Gets the pass into Hunter. Hunter tries to drive the baseline. Loses the ball out of bounds, but goodness, thank you very much. He's going to be able to retain possession. Hardy with attempted interception on the inbound pass. They tried bringing out deep to Castro. Hardy knocked it out of bounds. So, once again, Torrington will take possession. Castro across midcourt. Passes on the far side to Bauer on the wing. Bauer next. Goes down low to Hunter. Back to Bauer. To Hunter. Bearcats in the zone. On the near side, Castro up top. Castro's going to drive. Castro kind of turned his ankle out just a little bit, I do believe, but Brandon Fleur's going to pick up the block. Fleur's first personal. Third team foul on the Cats. Castro trying to walk off that ankle. Giving us some problems. Danny Krug, number 12 for the Blazers, looks ready to replace Castro as soon as Castro gets done with the free throws. His first shot's up long off the back of the rim, no good. I have some difficulty understanding why he's at the line. Only third team foul on the Cats. Didn't look to me as though he was in there at the shooting. Oh, goodness. Loose ball. Troy Cooper going for it. They're going to call Cooper on the foul. Slapping Ty Orton underneath the bucket. First personal against Cooper. Fourth team foul against the Cats. They're going to give Cooper credit for shooting. To me, it looked like Cooper was way underneath the bucket. Had no opportunity to take that shot at all, but I'm not on the floor. Orton, first shot's up and good, as is the second. Quickly inbounds pass to Hardy. Hardy drives down, Fleur on the wing, back out to Hardy, back down to Fleur on the far side, to Hardy, inside to Cooper. Cooper turns around, wants to shoot, it's not there. Gets it out to Fleur, his shot's off, rebound Torrington. Nick Prado down across half court to Bauer, back to Prado, to Bauer, up top. Orton down low. His pass into the middle is going to be intercepted by Hardy. Cats, the 3-on-2. Too long. He's going to get the layup. Beautiful double pumper by Nathan Rowe. 8-8 tie. 2:16 remains in the first quarter. Bearcats, beautiful defense. Full court pressure. Blazers can't get it across half court. Going to be called for the 10-second violation with that. We're going to see a timeout called by the Torrington Trailblazers. 2:11 remains in the first quarter. 8-8 tie. Let's go ahead and send it back to the studio for this 30-second timeout.
Goebel's Ford Chrysler in Douglas, supporting 91-92 Douglas Bearcats. You will find Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge at Goebel's Ford, 1005 East Richards in Douglas. Mentor Sand and Gravel for everything from a sidewalk to a road. The folks at Mentor Sand and Gravel are behind the Bearcats all the way this season. And at Curtin's Package Liquors, they are never low in spirits. Use their convenient drive-up window. Curtin's in downtown Douglas, a proud Bearcat sponsor, wishing the Bearcats the best.
Okay, welcome back to Bearcat Gymnasium. We have that boys varsity taking on the visiting Trailblazers from Torrington during the timeout. Got a little entertainment here for the entire crowd. Douglas Student Pep Club. Everybody over here shaking their booty. Inbound pass to Flair. Flair travels, drives down to the wing, passes to Hardy to Roth at the free throw line. His shot's off. He get his own on rebound. That's out to Philo. Philo popped him up top for three. Bearcats, Roth at the attempted interception. Ball's going to be fired up. Jump ball. Possession, Douglas. Bearcats looking good and tough on their defense tonight. Last two trips down the floor for Torrington has resulted in turnovers. Philo drives down the far side. Passes back out to Hardy up top. Hardy's pass to Roth is tipped, and Bauer end up with possession. Bauer down low to the Bolt on the near side, back to Bauer. Up top to Prado. Prado to Hunter on the far side, to Bauer on the near side. Goes down low inside to the Bolt. His shot's up. No good. Rebound by Smith. Smith missed the first shot, gets his rebound, gets the putback. Quickly, pass comes to Rolf. Rolf feeds to Cooper and the key. Cooper's shot is good from 10. Bearcats waste no time, bringing it right back down with the score. They like to run. Like this up-tempo game. Rolf with the steal. Tries to toss it quickly back to Bauer and have it come off Bauer out of bounds, but no. We're going to call it Rolf lost to touch it before it goes out of bounds, so it'll be Torrington ball. We'll see Shad Ballard come in. David Philo will take a blow. Troy Cooper. Troy Cooper's going to be replaced by Shannon Fincher. Inbounds pass to Prado. Prado across half court. Pass goes down low on the far side to Hunter. Ball's going to be slopped out of bounds. Torrington retains possession. Hunter set for the inbounds pass. Gets it into Prado. Prado on the near side to Kellner. Going to have problems. He gets it off to Smith. Smith to Hunter down low. Going to have a foul call. We'll go against our Bearcats here. I believe John Hardy. Yes, it is. John Hardy's going to draw the personal. Commit the personal, I should say. And block. It's going to send Hunter. Ross Hunter, 6'1" senior for the Blazers, goes to the line. Will be shooting two. First shot's up, short, off front of the rim. Right back to Hunter at the free throw line. Sets for his second shot. It's up. It's long. Rebound off. Outlet to Andy Schroeder. Down to Ballard. Ballard's going to set for three. In and out. Rebound Torrington. Outlet to Prado down floor. Prado pulled back out front. To Kellner on the far side. Kellner sees down there to Horton driving. His shot's off. Rolfe drives. Feeds into Ballard underneath the bucket. It's good. 6 seconds remaining. Cats lead. 15-10. Blazers, no hurry to drive down. Half court shot is off for Kellner at the last second. So Bearcats lead 15-10 at the end of the first quarter. Let's go ahead and send it back downtown to Rich for this 30-second word from our sponsors.
Get great meals in a friendly atmosphere at Fat Ed's Cafe at 11th and Richards in Douglas. Daily breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. And catch one of the Fat Ed's Douglas Bearcats mini footballs at the games. Here's to another great season for the Bearcats from R&S Well Service of Douglas, encouraging regional and community economic development through expansion of our natural resources. R&S Well Service, 358-5462.
Okay, welcome back once again. We're prepared to start the second quarter of action here. Douglas Bearcat boys, varsity action at the end of the first quarter, leading over the visiting Trailblazers from Torrington. 5-point lead, 15-10 score. Trailblazers immediately had the ball. Goodness, we're going to get called for kicking the ball violation. I thought we had a steal by Rolfe, but he and Philo had double teamed and going to be called for the kicking the ball violation. Inbound to Kellner. Kellner to Castro. Back to Kellner. Kellner finds Smith wide open underneath. Smith goes up for two. Easy layup. Cats need to do a little talking on that backside. Philo drives the far side to Hardy. Back to Philo down low. To Hardy up front. Flair on the near side to Hardy. Sets up his point guard. To Philo on the other wing. Back to Fleer. To Hardy. Got to have ball sliding way. Hardy is by Castro. They're going to say John Hardy touched the ball loss going out of bounds. Turnover Bearcats to the Blazers. Castro with the inbounds pass. Quickly drives across half court. Turns around. Passes to Kellner. Kellner back to Prados. Prados going to walk with the ball. Castro called with the travel. Turnover to the Bearcats. Pass comes into Hardy. Hardy passes to Flair on the near side wing. Back to Hardy. Back down to Flair on the baseline. Across to Philo. Philo pull up, look around, pass back out front to Hardy. Back down to Philo. Philo drives the baseline. Is going to draw the foul. I believe it'll go against Kellner. Kellner looked as though he's blocking. He's one ended up on the floor, but he's crowding Philo there just a little bit. And yes, Kellner will be whistled for his first personal. Shad Ballard comes in to replace Fleer. John Hardy with the inbounds pass to Philo. To Ballard. Back on the near side to Hardy. Hardy fires for three. 18-12, the 6-point lead. Kellner pulls up just prior to crossing half court. Oh, goodness. A couple quick passes and Blazers come down and score just as fast. So, half court pass to Philo. Philo's pass is off to Cooper inside. It's going to be picked up and intercepted by Ty Orton. Orton tries the long down court pass to Scott DeBolt. Going to be broke up and knocked out of bounds by Nathan Rolfe. Blazers retain possession. Inbounds pass comes to Kellner. Kellner to DeBolt. DeBolt almost walks. Back out to Kellner. Off on the far side to Castro. Castro fires for three. His shot's off. Rebound will go to Kellner. Kellner to DeBolt. Back to Kellner. Keller's going to pull up at the free throw line. Whistle blows. Chad Ballard commits a personal. 16 foul for the Cats. Ballard will go to the bench. Fleer replaces him. Inbound pass is stolen by Fowler. 2-on-1. Hardy and Fowler, boy, I'm getting all mixed up here. Landon Castro down the floor, and Cats will score an easy layup. Quickly, Castro across half court. Tries the baseline pass, intercepted by Ross. Ross going to take it away from the floor. Oh, his layup is off the back of the rim. Quickly, outlet pass to Castro. Castro drives down the floor. We'll slow things up, bring it out to Kellner. Kellner drives across the far side. He's going to spot the Bolt. Crossing across the key. Is open, and the Bolt shot is up and good. Philo. Oh, no. Philo's going to be called for the charge on the far sideline. The call might have gone either way. Kellner definitely set up there to draw the charge, and got the call going the way he wanted. Inbounds pass to Castro. Castro to Kellner across half court into the Bolt. Bolt to Smith. Smith on the turnaround 8-footer is good. 18-20. Blazers pull within 2. 4:57 remains in the first half. Hardy across half court. Dishes off to Ross at the free throw line. Ross can't hit it. Castro with the steal. Castro drives down court. Is going to pull up. Pass back out top to Kellner on the far side. Kellner back to Castro on the near side to the Bolt. The Bolt. Oh, goodness. The Bolt shot is off, and Kyle Smith, 6'6", a big kid out there. I hate to guess his weight. Solid kid. Going to be called on going over the back. Smith was here first personal. Bearcats bring the ball inbounds. Philo's going to dribble down on the far sideline. Philo to Hardy on the wing. Hardy cross court to Fleer. Back to Hardy, to Fleer, to Hardy. Hardy has set for 3. Shot's just a little bit low. Going to be rebounded by Torrington. Outlet pass goes to Castro. Smith, the far corner to Bauer. Bauer's going to attempt to drive. Going to be tripped up, bites the turf. Going to have a block called on Philo, I believe. Philo with his third personal here in the first half. Sends Bauer to the line for the one-on-one. Bearcats are in the half committed to 17 foul. Philo will go to the bench for a blow. Bauer's second shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Roth. Outlet pass to Hardy down to Ballard. Ballard into Cooper. Cooper's shot is blocked by Hunter. Hunter gets it off to Castro. Castro kind of nonchalantly brings it down the court. Passes cross court and to Ballard. Back to Castro to Ballard. To Castro on the far side. He's going to drive in. His shot's off. Going to be rebounded by John Hardy. John Hardy looks down court, sees Nathan Ross. Almost broke up by Bauer. Bauer with the hustle. Going to be the last one to touch it before it goes out of bounds. So Bearcats will bring it in bounds to Fleer. Third to shot Ballard. To Hardy on the near side wing. To Roth. Roth from the key. Kind of turns around, just throws it up. Nathan probably shouldn't have taken that shot. It was off. Castro with the long out now to Orton. Orton's going to be fouled underneath the bucket. Goes into the layup. His shot falls. Foul's going to be whistled on Troy Cooper of the Bearcats. His second personal. Going to send Ballard, or Orton rather, to the line. The potential three-point play here. Runs out. A little bit short off from the rim. The outlet goes to Fleur. Fleur drives down. Passes off to Hardy on the far side. His shot is long. Rebounded by Ballard. Ballard's going to walk. Turnover to the Bearcats. 2:59 remains in the first half. Blazers now with the 1-point lead, 21-20. Bearcats possession. Will bring the ball in down from underneath their own bucket here. Shad Ballard to inbound pass to Troy Cooper, to Hardy, to Fleur on the far side, over to Rolfe. Rolfe is set up. Misses from 16. Be rebounded by Hunter. Hunter dishes off to Castro. Castro down across half court. To Prado. Back to Castro. To Prado. Up top. Cats into zone defense. Castro's going to try to drive. He can't get it, but he does dish off to Orton. Orton shots off. Fleur's going to rebound and immediately draw a foul. I believe that's going to be called on Tom Castro. 15th foul for the Blazers. Second personal for Castro. Kyle Smith will once again return to the game for the Blazers. Chad Ballard in that pass to Brandon Fleur. Fleur drives down on the near side. Gets it to Hardy. Hardy, quick pass in the Rolfe. His shot's off as he picks up the triple team. Bounces off front of the rim. Smith Prado is going to be called for the travel. So, once again, we'll turn the ball over to the Bearcats. Bearcats can use any break they can get right now. Fleur on the far side to Ballard. Hardy sets up point guard position. Dishes off to Rolfe. Rolfe's going to drive the paint and is going to be fouled. 16 foul against the Blazers. That foul is going to be called on Kyle Smith, his second personal. Going to be called before the shot, a push. Second foul against Smith. He goes back to the bench again. One of the top players. They don't want him getting into foul trouble here. So the pass comes in. Ballard at the point guard up top to Hardy. Hardy passes in the paint to Ross. Ross going to be fouled. Over the back by Ross Hunter. I believe the call is going to be on Ross Hunter. Going to send Nathan Rolfe to the line. Ross Hunter's first personal, 17th foul for the Blazers. Nathan's first shot is up and good. That'll bring the score to a tie at 21. David Kellner comes in and for the Blazers. Nathan's second shot just a little bit long, going to be rebounded by Ballard. Ballard is going to be fouled. So Ballard will be going to the line now for the one-on-one. Chad's first shot is up and good. The personal was called against Scott DeBolt. DeBolt, first personal. Second shot is up and good for Ballard. The 2-point lead for the Cats. 23-21, minute 52 in the first half here. Ball stolen by Ballard. Dishes off to Hardy. A left-handed layup. His shot's good. Castro brings it across half court. Picks up the double team. Jumps up and kind of half sloppy pass. I hate to say gets it to DeBolt underneath. DeBolt is going to be fouled. Brandon Fleur picks up his second personal. First shot's up and good. Scott DeBolt. Bearcats lead by 3. DeBolt has a chance to narrow that to 2. His second shot is up and good as well. Quickly, Bearcats inbounds to John Hardy on the near side. Hardy down to Ballard. Ballard pumps, fakes, dribbles the baseline, tries to feed in Cooper in the paint. Will be intercepted. Keller crossed half court to Castro, back to Keller. Keller with the head fake, dribbles a couple times, fires up. His shot's off, but going to be rebounded by DeBolt. Had a couple of white jerseys there underneath the bucket, but Torrington able to get the putback. The tie ball game once again, 25 each. Pass goes in to Cooper. Cooper's going to drive low. This short jumper under pressure is going to be off the mark. Rebounded by the Blazers. Down low on the far side to Hunter. To Castro. Back to Hunter. Hunter's going to take the drive. His shot's off. Going to be picked up. The ball kind of flying around under there. And the ball will pick it up. Get the easy jumper underneath. So Blazers, 30 seconds remain. Going for the 2-point lead. Wall shot is off to the other end. Castro drives down, looks at the clock. Gets it off to Hunter. Hunter inside to Orton. Orton up in the shot is good. It's a 4-point lead. 8 seconds. Shad Ballard sets up on the wing on the near side to John Hardy. 2 seconds. 1. Hardy shots up. No good. He was fouled. Heads up on his back end from 10 to the top of his head. John Hardy did it mid-court on the last second shot, and no call whatsoever. Had a few of the Bearcat fans not happy with it. Battle in the first half. No call. So Bearcats will go to the locker room after leading. We've had a back and forth ball game here. Pretty much until just about the end of this second quarter. The score stands right now with the Trailblazers leading by 4, 29-25. Let's go ahead and send it back to the studio for this 5-minute word from our sponsors. Once again, Douglas boys Bearcats hosting the traveling tonight coming in from Torrington. We've seen a pretty exciting first half of play here. Right now, Trailblazers lead by 4 points, a score of 29-24. First quarter action, we saw Douglas go out, both teams looking awful salty. Douglas at the end of the first quarter led by a score of 15-10. However, the second quarter came out kind of seesaw back and forth. Both teams kind of playing in spurts, number of steals, number of turnovers, just real pretty play. However, Bearcats outscored in that second quarter almost 2-to-1 ratio. Torrington scoring 19 points, Douglas only adding 10 to their score in that second quarter. So Blazers came back at the end of the first quarter, trailing by 5, coming back now at the end of 2 to lead by 4. So, has opened ourselves to an interesting second half here. A little bit riding on the line for the Cats. They'd like to walk out here with victory tonight and be the conference champs going into tournament seeding next week. We have regional tournament here going to be held in Douglas, both boys and girls action starting on Thursday. Cats want to get out here tonight with a win. Earlier in the season, Douglas went down to Torrington and were able to bring home a victory in that game. So Trailblazers probably have just a little bit of vengeance coming in here tonight. Like to beat the Cats just as bad as the Cats would like to win for the conference championship. See the Trailblazers entering the gym about 2:50 before start of the second half. We hear the 3-minute buzzer sounding off, and shortly should have the Bearcats entering the gym. Quickly, let's run down some of these halftime stats. Bearcats, we still have nobody yet in double-figure scoring yet. 5 points by David Philo. Ballard with 4. John Hardy with 5. Nathan Rolfe with 7. Last night, I know your competition's a little bit different tonight than it was last night. Nathan had, I believe, 22 first half points last night. Tonight only 7, hasn't even broke double digits yet. So that's kind of where the Cats stand, both Troy Cooper and Brandon Fleer throwing in 2 points apiece. Really kind of surprising to see that the Cats not scoring just a little bit more than they have here in the first half. But like I say, competition has just a little bit to do with that. For the Blazers, Scott DeBolt scoring 10 points in the first half. He's their only double-digit scorer. Orton comes in at 8. Kyle Smith, the big man, with 6. Tom Castro throwing in 4 points in the first half. And they're going to be funneled out by Mark Bauer throwing in, adding to the total with 1 point contribution. We getting prepared here for the second half. Looks like the Cats coming out, shooting around. Everybody's pretty loose. Like to see that. Trailing here at 4 points. I'm sure Coach Newman went into the locker room and pointed out a couple areas possibly for improvement, both on offense and defense. We see a couple mistakes by the Bearcats. We know they're more than capable of overcoming them. They've basically been just simple mental type lapses, and I'll tell you what, Bearcats, as far as talent and potential, can match up the Blazer team just as well as anybody else. Have beat them once previously this season. We'll be prepared here for a good, exciting second half, as the first one was.
With 5, Chad Ballard has 4, Brandon Flair and Troy Cooper each has 2.
Or foul trouble in that first half. We saw David Philo come in. 3 fouls called against David. Troy Cooper and Brandon Flair each with 2. That's about the extent of it, really. Blazers looking in good shape as far as fouls goes. Cats start out first possession with second half. Flair on the far side, down low to Hardy, to Philo. Philo will pop through the 18-footer. His shot's off. Going to be rebounded. Castro brings it across half court to Kellner. Back to Castro on the near side, to Kellner on the far side. Kellner, he would pull up on the dribble and end up with a travel violation. So, immediately, turnover, 1 turnover for each team. No points scored yet. Pass goes to Fleer on the far side, down low to Hardy. To Fleer and back to Hardy is going to be knocked out of bounds by Tom Castro. Hardy sets up for the inbounds pass to Flair. Flair nets inside to Rolfe. Rolfe covered by Smith. Turn around and then have the ball swatted out of his hand by Kellner. Castro brings it down across half court. Pass comes to Kellner on the near side. Down low to Smith. Back out front to Kellner. Across court to Castro. Back on the near side to Kellner. Kellner drives around Hardy. Pulls up with 12-footer. It's good. So, Trailblazers draw first blood. Quickly, Philo on the near side. Gets it inside to Rolfe's going to have it stolen from Cooper. Missed the over and back call. We're going to see Scott DeBolt pull up his own jumper from the far side. So with that, Blazers come up. Open up with first 4 points scored in the second half here. Take the 8-point lead, 33-25. Coach Rich Newman's going to call the timeout, gather his troops. Must be seeing something he doesn't like, I'm sure. All Torrington and no Douglas points is one thing. None of us like to see that. I'm sure Coach Newman has something he is instructing the kids over there. Possibly a change or two. Looks like the Cats coming out, I don't know if they're trying to feel out the Blazers a little bit. Maybe feeling a little intimidated after going in with trailing the Blazers at halftime, but looking just a little bit slow, a little lethargic out there, and Coach Yeaman's trying to get a pick up tempo just a little bit. Cats do like to run. Torrington brings 2 down for the full-court pressure, and by the Cats a bit. Philo drives across half court, down low, gets it into Cooper. Cooper's kind of gets it swatted away. Philo's going to come up with possession. It's going to be kicked out of bounds by Orton. Cats will retain possession. So Hardy sets for the inbounds pass. Goes out front to Flair. Flair to Philo. Philo's going to attempt the baseline drive. Gets shut down. Passes to Goff. His shot is blocked. Orton comes across half court. Pulls up. He'll pass to Castro. Castro set up on the far side. Back to Kellner on the near side. Down low to Smith on the near side. Back out to Kellner. Cross court to Castro. Castro's going to attempt make that medium alley pass to Smith inside, just too high for Kyle Smith to handle out the window. Bearcats will take possession. Some question as to who touched the ball last going out of bounds. Douglas will take possession. Hardy dribbles up the court, pass out to Flair, back to Hardy, to Philo, to Hardy on the far side to Flair. Flair tried the three-pointer, his shots off. So Bearcats still have not scored a point here in the second half. 5:20 remains in the third quarter. Ball is swatted out of bounds as Kellner attempts to pass to Smith. Torrington will retain possession. Orton, inbound pass to Kellner. Kellner across the key, down low, finds a Scotty Bolt. It's wide open. Torrington goes up by even 10, 35-25. Philo to Hardy up top. Philo down low on the near side. Passes in to Rolfe down low. Nothing doing. Back out to Philo. Back to Rolfe. Rolfe's going to attempt a kind of reverse backward shot. It won't fall, but he is going to be fouled in the act of shooting. That foul is going to be called on Kyle Smith, his third personal. Substitution for the Blazers. Bauer checks in for Kellner. Ross Hunter will come in for Kyle Smith. Kyle Smith picked up his second personal in the first half. We saw him go to the bench for a while. Picks up his third here early in the second. He goes to the bench once again. Rolfe shot, first shot is up and good. That Torrington coaching staff just does not want to lose Kyle Smith in this contest. Nathan Rolfe, second shot is up and good. So the ice is broken. First 2 points in the second half for the Bearcats. Over 3 minutes into the contest. Quickly down court, the Bolt on the baseline drive, his shot is off. Rolfe with the rebound to Hardy, to Flair. Flair on the near side is going to drive the paint. Shots off. Rebound by Hunter. Hunter, outlet pass to Castro. Castro's going to slow things down. Passes cross court to Bauer, back to Castro on the near side, to Bauer. On the far side, the Bolt down low. Going to barely get rid of it to Orton. Pass is going to be broke up by John Hardy. He's going to drive left hand layup is good. John Hardy with the breakaway. 1-on-2. He takes it in for the 2 points. Maybe break the ice Cats are going to get back on track. Quickly to Bolt in the far corner. To Bauer. Bauer can't handle. Over and back call. Bearcats forced a turnover. Tough defense there. Over and back as Bauer has trouble handling the receiving end of the pass there. Bearcats bring the ball in to John Hardy. Hardy to Flair on the far side corner. Down low. Flair Legs tries to get it to Roth. Can't do it. Gets it to Hardy. Hardy finds Cooper open underneath. Cooper's going to miss his shot, and a little frustration there. He goes over the back. Ross Hunter going to be called personal. Second team foul for the Cats. Troy Cooper, third personal. Prado crossed half court. To far side to Castro. Back to Prado on the near side to Castro. Cats in the zone. Double teaming out front here. We see Rolf and Philo on Castro. Castro gets it off to Prado. Prado to Castro. Castro's going to pull up his 16-footer. His shot's off that. Will get his own rebound. Turns around. Fires that 30-footer. He misses. Rebounded by Orton. Orton's going to get the putback for the Blazers. 37-28-29. The 8-point lead for the Blazers. 2:54 remaining in the third quarter. Hardy. Inside pass to Cooper. Cooper with the turnaround hook. It's good. Cats waste no time. Answering the score by Torrington. Castro and Prado. Back and forth amongst each other. Coming down the floor. Get across half court. Castro to. Castro's going to drive. Gets an open lane. Goes in. Pulls up the 8-footer. It's good. Douglas going to have to start playing just a little bit of defense here. Hardy to Roth. Roth pulls out for the 12-footer. It's good. Cats pull back in the half court. Off on the far side, low to DeBolt. Back out front to Prado. To Castro on the near side. To Prado. To Castro. Castro's going to pull up with the 3-pointer. It's good. Nothing but net. No pressure. Quickly, Philo comes down. He's going to pull up in the paint. 12-footer. Here's the extra 2-point shot. A minute 40 left in the third quarter. 7-point lead by the Blazers. 42-35. Across half court comes Castro. Castro's going to drive the paint again. Tries the shot over Flair. It's off. That is rebounded by the Bull. Prado up top on the near side. Passes to Castro. Castro punts, fakes, drives, and going to get the 2-pointer. It's going to drop and will be fouled by John Hardy in the process. Send Prado to the line for a potential 3-point play here. Hardy with his second personal. Andy Schroeder is going to come in for the Cats. John Hardy and David Philo will go to the bench. Joining Andy is Shad Ballard. So we see Castro go to the line for the one shot. It's long off back of the rim. Going to be fought over and knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Torrington. 1:14 remains in the third. A 9-point lead for the Blazers. Schroeder across half court. Next, finds Ballard open on the far wing. Ballard walks Cooper. Cooper go out for 2 underneath. Andy Schroeder tries pressure to Castro. Castro passes off to Kenner. Back to Castro. Kenner on the near side. Going to drive in. Takes a 10-footer. It's off. Rebound. Troy Cooper. Cooper. Not going to waste any time. Tries to drive down the floor. Ball swallowed around. Castro's wide open. 2-on-1. Shad Ballard sets off and forces the miss. So Brandon Clear ends up with the rebound. Quickly to Schroeder across half court. to Ballard. To Schroeder. He fires. 16-footers off. Clear. Turn around. Putback is off. Block. Gets his own rebound after the block. Player in the Rolf. Rolf spins. Wants to take it. He drives. His shot's off. He's going to knock it out of bounds. Last touch by Nathan Rolf. Possession goes to the Trailblazers. 4 seconds. Coach Aiden pulls the Cats up into the full court pressure. The zone. Ball is in. Castro brings across half court. Will pull up with the three-pointer. Draws nothing but air. So Cats down by 7, 44-37 at the end of the third quarter. I hope they can kind of put it together again. It doesn't look like the same team as out here in the first half. Let's go ahead and take this 30-second timeout and hear from some of our Bearcat boosters.
Backing the Bearcats this season, Converse Lumber Company.
Douglas started that possession to begin the second half here. Bearcats, end of the first quarter, led by 5. At halftime, trailed by 4. They now, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, trailed by 7. Pass comes in. Counter on the near side. Passes across to Castro. Back to Counter on the near side. To Castro on the far side. Looks as though Blazers are trying to set up and draw the Cats out of their zone defense. Open up the middle a little bit. Going to have a foul whistled. Nathan Rawl pick up his second personal, third team foul. Blazers will inbounds from underneath their own bucket. Pass goes into Smith. Smith picks up triple team there. Drives in from underneath the bucket off the baseline, and is going to be fouled in the act of shooting. Going to send him to the line. Troy Cooper whistled for the foul, his fourth personal, fourth team foul for the Cats. Smith, first shot is up and good. The 8-point lead for the Blazers. Smith is going to the line, attempt to make it 9. Second shot's up and good as well. 46-37. Hardy crossed half court. To Philo on the far side. To Hardy, to Philo. Philo looks for the three-pointer. It's not there. Gets it to Flair at the top of the key. His shot is off the front of the rim. Fought for. Controlled by Smith. Smith to Castro. Castro. Long down court pass to DeBold on the far side. Back out to Castro up top. Castro's double team. Philo causes the turnover. He's going in for the layup and he gets it. Philo sits on that counter. He's guarded by counter. Goes right over him for the layup. Bearcats need to play this aggressive defense here. Long pass goes down to Smith on the near side corner. Back to Castro to Kilmer on the near side. Up top of the wing to Castro. The guards for Torrington are setting up about halfway between the timeline here and half court, trying to draw out Bearcats out of their zone defense. The Bearcats now in somewhat of a rotation. John Hardy going to be whistled for the block. He was playing pretty good pressure defense to David Kellner out front here. It's going to be Hardy's third personal, 15th foul. With that, we're going to see timeout called by Douglas. Let's go ahead and send it back to the studio for this 30-second word from our sponsors.
More of
the fourth quarter action here from 5 Bearcat boys varsity. Lost game of the regular season here tonight. The Cats trail Blazers from Torrington 46-39. 6.5 minutes remaining in the game. Castro with the ball. John Hardy applying the pressure out front. Castro gets pass off to Kenner. Kenner goes in underneath to Orton. Yes, Orton. Orton's going to kick the ball out of bounds. So Bearcats do cause a turnover. During that timeout, I believe Coach Union may have given the Cats a little change or two in their defensive plan. Cross half court. Philo to Cooper on the far side. Back to Philo. He fires for three. His shot's off. Going to be rebounded by Orton for the Blazers. Castro slowly walks across half court. Pressured by Hardy. Hardy trying to cause turnover. He's going to be called for the block. John Hardy will pick up personal. His fourth. 6-2 foul. Blazers have committed one in the second half. Quickly the inbounds pass goes to Smith underneath. Smith up for the easy jumper. Across half court to Philo. Philo in the Rolf. Rolf has some trouble with it to Philo. Philo tries to force the cross again to Rolf, who is intercepted by the Blazers. So turnover Bearcats. A 9-point lead for the Blazers. Pass goes into Smith. Going to be thwarted. Beautiful block by Nathan Rolf. Now let's see if the Bearcats bring it down, do something with it on offense. Hardy dribbles down into Rolf. Ball's going to be tied up, and we'll see a jump called. Shad Ballard will come in for David Philo. Bearcats with the possession. Ball swatted out of bounds by DeBolt on the far side on the pass. Hardy. Long pass into Flair. Flair to Ballard. Back to Flair to Hardy. Hardy with the fake pump. He's going to take the drive. He's going to go in and be fouled. Hardy on the layup. Going to draw the foul. That foul is going to be called on Kyle Smith, his fourth personal. Smith once again returns to the bench. Hunter will replace him. Hardy goes to the line. 2 free throws. His first shot is up. A little bit short. It will not drop. Second free throw's up. Long. So Hardy goes to the line, 0 for 2 that trip. Rebounded by Torrington. Castro brings across half court. Hardy playing the aggressive defense, swatting the ball around, and Castro drives, misses. 3-on-1 the other way for the Bearcats. His layup is off. Go see a whistle underneath. The push foul called against the Blazers. Number 45, and we don't have him in our bench or our schedule tonight. Inbounds pass. Ballard sets up for three, fires, shots off. Out of bounds, last touch by the Cats, so says the refs. I don't think the Bearcat fans are going to agree with that call, but nonetheless, inbounds pass. Blazers, long down to Hunter on the near side. Cross court to DeBolt. He'll fire. DeBolt drop shots. Shots drop. 11-point lead for the Cats. Flair fires for three on the far side. It's good. Finally, the Bearcats come down and score. The way they've been coming down the past few times down the floor, shooting with this bucket, you think there's somebody else's gym. Doesn't look like they're familiar with their own baskets tonight. We're going to see Shad Ballard whistled as he attempted to steal. Shad's going to commit the foul, his second personal. Castro's going to go to the line for the Blazers for the one-on-one. First shot's up, and good. Rocky Robbins checks in for the Blazers, a 6'0 junior. He'll replace Scott DeBolt. Castro sets. Second shot is up. It's long off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Rolfe. Rolfe is going to push it. Gets it off to Hardy on the far side. Ballard sets with a three-pointer. His shot's off. Cooper cross underneath to take the shot. Going to be blocked out of bounds. Cooper about lost his left arm at the elbow, but no foul called. Inbounds pass to Rolfe. Rolfe's going to drive the lane. This shot's off. This is in. Rebound. Putback is good. 7-point lead for the Blazers. 3:30 remaining in this ball game. Castro slowly brings it in. Passes across half court to Hunter. To Castro. Castro finds Robbins up and underneath. Robbins with the jumper. Hardy crossed half court. Drives. Pulls up at the free throw line. Gets it to Rolfe. Rolfe backs out for the three-pointer. His shot's off. Bounces off the top of the backboard. Going to be called out of bounds. Turnover to Bearcats. We'll see the Blazers bring the ball in. Kyle Smith is going to check in for the Blazers once again. He's replacing Ty Horton. 4 personals on Kyle Smith. Counter on the far side, crosses the half court, passes down to Robbins, back out to Castro, down low to Smith on the near side, to Castro up top, on the far side to Kellner. Blazers kind of opening up the four-corner stall here. Castro out near half court. Pulls up, back to Kellner on the far side. Kellner pulls out, he's going to lose the ball. Going to be tied up. Possession arrow to Torrington. Brandon Fleer got in there, dug on the ball, free ball on the floor, tied it up. 2:33 remains. 44-53. Bearcats trail the Blazers. Blazers in the four-corner stall here. Castro out front on the far side, guarded by Ballard. Ballard's going to reach in, commit the foul. Shad Ballard, his third personal. Going to send Castro to the line for the one-on-one. Castro's first shot is up and good. This second half, Torrington we see with 3 team fouls total. Timeout is going to be called by the Bearcats. 2:18 remains in this ball game. Castro will come back out one more free throw when we come back. Right now, the Blazers with the even 10-point lead, 54-44. Bearcats far cry from their high-scoring game last night of 103 points. And in fact, the first 2 times these teams met earlier in the season, I believe they both scored about 20 more points than what Torrington currently has at 54. So, not a high-scoring ball game tonight. It seems as though, I don't know if the Trailblazers came out and stepped it up another notch this second half. Exactly what has happened, but it seemed to me that the Bearcats are the same team they were the first half. First quarter, they went out to the early 15-10 lead and has just kind of dwindled ever since that time. Castro at the line. The back end of his one-on-one. Second shot is up and good as well. So with that, 11-point lead, 55-44. Hardy to Ballard. Ballard crosses half court. Back to Hardy. Hardy's going to set up for three. Off front of the rim. Bounces around a couple times. Going to end up rebounding. Rocky Robbins for the Blazers. He's going to be fouled. Send him to the line for the one-on-one. Shad Ballard whistled on the foul. His fourth personal. Robbins, the 6-foot junior for the Blazers, sets for his first shot. It's up and good. Even dozen is the lead for the Blazers right now. Robbins with an opportunity to stretch up to 13. Second shot is up. Long off the back of the rim. Rebound Ross. Ross going to push it. Finds Ballard open underneath. It's good. Ballard good for two-point layup. Cats set up for the pressure. Hardy and Ballard in the backcourt. Long pass down underneath to Rocky Robbins. Robbins open. Going to be fouled with the block. Nathan Rolfe whistled on that play. Rolfe picks up his third personal. Going to send Robbins to the line again for the one-on-one. A minute 47 remaining in the ballgame. 10-point lead right now. Robbins' first shot is up, rolls around off. Rebound, Rolfe. Rolfe to Hardy. Gets the pass to Anthony Cooper is going to be intercepted by Hunter. Turnover Bearcats. A minute 37. The 10-point lead for the Blazers. Castro dribbles through traffic. Gets it to Smith. Smith drives the baseline underneath. Goes in for the easy layup. Hardy cross half court to Flair on the far side. Flair to Rolfe inside. Rolfe attempts a shot. Ends up with his own rebound. Drives from underneath the bucket with two hands. Reverse layup is good for Rolfe. A minute 9 remains. 10-point lead for the Trailblazers. Nathan Rolfe attempting to draw the charge on the far side. Goes to the floor. He's going to be whistled for the block. Tom Castro remains on the floor for the Blazers. Looks as though he's in some pain. Castro on his feet again. He's a 5'8" senior for the Blazers. Quite the floor leader, but that poor kid doesn't have a lot of meat on his bones. I'll tell you what, he's bounced off the floor a couple times tonight and got up trying to shake off an injury or two. Orton comes back in the game. He's going to replace Castro. Castro, a minute 5 remaining in the game. The 10-point lead for the Blazers will go to the bench. Orton takes his place at the free throw line. His first shot is up and good. Second shot is up. Short off front of the rim. Rebound by Rolfe. Rolfe off the Fleer. Fleer's going to have the ball knocked out of bounds. Douglas will retain possession. Shad Ballard's going to check in for the Cats. Ball in to Fleer on the near side to Ballard on the far side to Hardy. Hardy sets up a three. It's way off. Fleer rebounds. His shot's off as well. Ballard with the steal. Feeds to Rolfe. Rolfe's going to draw the foul. Underneath. 46 seconds remaining in this ball game. 59-48 lead for the Blazers. Rolfe goes to the line, sets for his first shot. It's up and good. The foul was called on David Kellner, his second personal. Rolfe, second shot's up and good. With that, timeout immediately called by John Hardy of the Cats. 26 seconds remain. Bearcats trail by 9. Let's go ahead and send it back to the studio for this 30-second timeout.
More of your Bearcat boosters. James and Karen Hardy proudly support Douglas Bearcat sports. High school sports helps to build community spirit.
Okay, welcome back to Douglas basketball action. Bearcats hosting the Trailblazers coming into town from Torrington tonight. Goodness, I don't really know how to describe the second half. It has been less than what the Cats and Cats fans would have wanted to see. They trail by 9 right now. The long downtown pass to Bauer. Inbounds by the Blazers. Blazers merely trying to run time off the clock. Bauer dribbling around. Going to be fouled by John Hardy. John, his 5th personal. Had to commit the foul. I think he's had a couple sacrifice fouls tonight too in the 4th quarter. Trying to stop the clock. John Hardy, senior for the Bearcats, will foul out his final regular season game here tonight for these Douglas seniors. Bearcat fans give him a round of applause. Bauer going to the free throw line for the Blazers. His first shot is up and good. 41 seconds remain here in the game. Blazers. Now Bauer's second shot's up and good. Blazers 61-50 over the Cats. Quickly, down court, Rochester 3 hit. 53-61, 30 seconds remain. The sacrifice foul is going to be committed by Shad Ballard. Short to send David Kellner to the line for the Blazers. Shad Ballard, that's his 5th personal. .27 seconds remain in this ball game. Blazers with the 8-point lead. Coach Union will bring in Andy Schroeder to coach Shad Ballard. Bearcat fans give Shad a warm reward for his efforts tonight. Counter sets for the one-on-one. His first shot is up. It's good. Gives Blazers the 9-point lead, 62-53. Second shot is up. Off back to him. Rebound by Flair. All the Bearcats at the key. Flair comes down, sets for the three-pointer. It's off. Philo pulls back, rebounds to, passes to Schroeder. 14 seconds remain. Rebound Smith. Smith with the long downtown pass. Full court nearly. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Brandon Flair. Flair on the hustle. Getting down there and stopping the clock, knocking the ball out of bounds. 9 seconds remaining. 9-point differential. Inbounds to Kellner. Kellner to Smith underneath. Smith wide open, goes up with the 2-pointer. Andy Schroeder misses a shot from about 3/4 court. That's going to end this ball game tonight. Bearcats coming up on the short end of the stick. 64-53 loss at the hands of the Torrington Trailblazers. I imagine I'm one of many people somewhat surprised at the outcome of this game tonight. Bearcats come out first quarter and looking pretty good. I don't know. I think that the Blazers maybe got on track after that. Second quarter. And Bearcats came out second half, just didn't even look like the same team that was on the floor in the first half. kind of hard to explain. I don't know. Sometimes, last night we saw the Cats come in here, walk out with the big win. Last week we saw them with a big win over Wheatland, and sometimes might take a little of the aggression, motivation out of a team. I guess if we're going to lose a game, this is when we need to do it. Last game of the regular season, going into tournament time, Cats don't want to be losing any games in the tournament, so let's get those losses out of our blood and out of our systems now, and shake it off and head in tournament time ready to win some ball games. I think Douglas Bearcats, a team that goodness has the talent, has been able to put together the games in the past. They have potential probably to go down to Laramie following the regional tournament. Regional tournaments first, of course, but might have the potential to go down and come out of state tournament with a state championship victory again this year. That's a few games off from now. We're not going to give it too much thought and too much worry, but at the same time, let's not worry too much about this loss tonight. Let's go ahead and send it downtown as we compile some final statistics. We'll send it downtown to Rich for about a 4-minute timeout.
More of your Bearcat boosters, James and...
You're listening to KWIV Country 1470, your home and country right here in downtown Douglas.
Wyoming's...
Welcome back once again. Somewhat of a disappointing evening tonight for the Bearcat boys, hosting Torrington Trailblazers coming into town. Trailblazers may have had just a little bit of revenge. I'll tell you what, Douglas been playing some good ball here recently. We've been talking about them peaking just right, coming into tournament time. Well, at the same time, let's realize that the Torrington Trailblazers have been playing some pretty darn impressive ball as of late. They have a 10-game winning streak going now, so both teams looking awful tough going into tournament time. Regional tournament's going to be held here in Douglas next week. Tonight, the Trailblazers handing the Bearcats the 11-point loss. Final score 64-53. Quickly, let's run down some scoring here for the Cats. Just not real pretty night in the record or in the scorebooks here. Nathan Rolfe scoring 18 on the night. Last night we saw Nathan 22 first half points alone. So as mentioned earlier, if we want to have a bad game, this is the one we want to have before we go into tournament. John Hardy and David Philo both adding 9 points apiece tonight, followed up by 6 for Shad Ballard, Troy Cooper, and Brandon Fleer with 5 tonight. I'm going to be joined here by Coach Rich Yeaman. Get some of Coach Yeaman's thoughts on the game tonight. Coach? I don't know what to say.
Well, I think the score says enough, Ace. I told you last night, I thought that, tonight might be the night that we need some of those points that we scored so much last night. I have to hand it to Torrington. They came out and played us a little gimmick defense. They were playing a diamond and 3 and a box and 1 against Nathan. And, it bothered us a little bit. And I think to compound things, we shot the ball miserably. We shot the ball a total of 33% for the game. And if we don't shoot the ball any better than that, we're not going to beat many people. We tried to execute our offense. I think that our kids were fatigued a little bit, and that could have been partially my fault for playing them so much last night. It would have been nice to go in the number 1 seed and play the number 4 seed from the other side. But you have to beat someone, as I said last night, to get to the state tournament. And we've never ever really made things easy for ourselves. And We're looking forward to the tournament. We're playing really pretty well. I'm pleased with the way we hustled the ball. I'm pleased with the way we played defensively, and we had 2 or 3 defensive breakdowns whereby we thought somebody else was covered an area, and they got the ball inserted in their offensive scheme to the backside, and they got the easy put up. They out-rebounded us on the defensive glass. To give you an example, they had 27 defensive rebounds, which is an indication that we shot the ball horribly. And they were getting, the first half particularly, they were getting second and third shots inside the paint, and we weren't. We get one shot, they get the rebound, come down and score. They played very well. They shot the ball very well. Tommy Castro, I thought, played very well. Kyle Smith, I thought, played very well. For Torrington, and I really think that next Saturday night we're going to see a rematch between the Trailblazers and ourselves, and of course that would be the rubber match. But the first thing that we need to take care of, I think, is business at hand, which will be the Newcastle Dogies next Thursday morning at 8:30.
Well, Coach, we got a split with Torrington on the season. I was just mentioning when we're waiting for you to come up and have a chat with us that, if you're going to lose a game at this point in the season, tonight's the night that you want to lose. Want to go into hopefully tournament and have the losses out of our systems and ready to play some ball and hopefully end up with some wins. Like I say, Blazers came out and played a well game tonight. You have to give them credit there. They've been playing some good ball lately. I believe they're running about a 10-game winning streak.
Well, I think the Associated Press has them ranked number 2 in the state, and
right.
They're a fine basketball team. You can't take anything away from them. They're well coached, and we've always had a very intense rivalry with them, and we knew it was going to be a heated contest. And I think the fans that were here saw a good basketball game. It wasn't a blowout. They made some runs. We made some runs. Unfortunately for us, they made more runs at the end than us. And I'm pleased with our players. They're exciting. They're fun to watch. They're great citizens. They're good students. Can't ask for any more than that.
That's exactly right. I don't think anybody that came in tonight, watched the game live, could have a word of complaint at all. A little breakdown here and there, maybe. That gives you something to work on.
Oh, yeah.
We
don't want to
that's
play perfect right now.
That's exactly right.
10 days down the road, and that was an indication of our basketball team last year. Is the fact that we were I can't even remember what our record is right offhand, but we came into the tournament as number 2 seed, and 2's always been one of my lucky numbers. So I suppose I'm a victim of superstition, and there's no one any more superstitious than me. So, number 2 is going to be a good number for us, and I look for us to end up next Saturday night playing, hopefully, the Blazers again for the rubber match.
There you go. Well, we'll expect probably end up seeing that game, I would imagine. And
well, one at a time, Ace. We'll take, Newcastle Thursday morning at 8:30. The only thing I didn't, relish was playing an early ball game like that. And it opens the tournament, but I think that, playing in our own gym has to be a factor for us. Sleeping in our own beds. We have a lot of pluses going for us, and we're really looking forward to the tournament.
Well, great. Well, Coach, congratulations on the regular season. We're all excited to see what type of action we come up with during tournament season. Wish you the best of luck. I'd like to thank you for stopping by tonight.
You bet. Thanks a lot. Thanks to KWV.
Thank you, Rich. Okay, Coach Rich Ian and a few of his thoughts shared with us. With that, basically wraps up our evening. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Sports on KWIV. I'd like to thank you for being with us throughout the season. Don't forget that we still do have 2 tournaments. A lot of ball games still coming up, both boys and girls Bearcats. We're going to be starting out, as Coach Yeaman said, 8:30 ball game Thursday morning, I believe, here at Douglas for a regional tournament. We'll be passing along those schedules throughout the week on KWIV. And if you cannot be here and watch the games live, please do tune in to KWIV. We'll be bringing both boys and girls action regional and state tournament. Again, thank you very much. Have a good evening.